I had this job right out of college working as a Department of Defense contractor. What we did is we made combat simulators for the military, so whenever they get into a combat-specific situation, they run the simulator, they know how to react. The thing is, the combat simulator is essentially a war video game, you know? So since we're creating and playing war video games, you know there's going to be some weird people working there. But there's this one guy named Drew who was above and beyond everyone else. He used to walk around work every day like this, carrying a bow staff, like he's Gandalf from Lord of the Rings. He's walking around like, I'm at work, why wouldn't I have a bow staff? And for some reason, I didn't question it. For like 3 months, I was just thinking, well, some people carry briefcases, tomato, you know? And turns out he carried it because he played this game called LARP, which stands for live action role playing. Which, if you've never heard of that, it's like it's in that movie Role Models, and if you haven't seen that, it's like Dungeons and Dragons or Magic the Gathering, except instead of being played in the corners of high school cafeterias, it's played in the real world. His brand of the game is 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. He's in this game with 20 of his friends that he has somehow made. And they're like wizards, warlocks, vampires. They're just ambushing each other anywhere, like at work, at their kids' soccer games. That actually happened. Like, imagine you're watching your son play soccer, like, go, Joey, go. And all of a sudden, a vampire throws a net over you and drags you away. And your son's like, Dad? Like, think about that, what that does for a child's development, you know? When he's raised to think that vampires can attack at soccer games, you know? So every day there's something weird with this guy. Like, okay, this is a typical day for him, actually. He pulls into his driveway after work. He scopes the lawn. He grabs the bow staff or Norse sword, depending on if it's an odd or even day. He starts to walk to the house when all of a sudden vampires jump out of the bushes. And of course, these aren't real vampires, but instead employees of GameStop. And they jump out. And they attack him with lightning bolts, which are actually beanbags, and they throw them at him and just go, +5, +5, and he just goes, body armor 2, body armor 2, and then they just play algebra for like 2 hours, until like everyone gets tired of it, and their moms text them to let them know the stovetop stuffing is ready. So these are my 2 favorite days with Drew, alright? First one, I beat him to work in the morning, and he comes up to me. He's still out of breath from the previous night, and he goes, oh my God, Ryan, you were not gonna believe what happened to me last night. I was like, you are probably right. It's like, what happened? He goes, all right, dude, I was fast asleep, and all of a sudden I hear this huge crash in my living room. I open my bedroom door, I look down the steps. 5 vampires have stormed my house, and they're obviously after me because they found out I'm the fallen angel who's destined to kill them in the future. I'm like, yeah, obviously. Just tell me the facts, I'm not stupid, you know? And he goes, so naturally, as if there's anything natural about a 3 a.m. vampire attack in Herndon, Virginia. Naturally, I jumped out of my 2nd-story window, snuck back into the front of the house, and fought them off with the sword of smite. And then he pauses as he's waiting for me to respond, but I don't know what to say to crazy people when they're being crazy, you know what I mean? So I just go, wow. And then he goes, well, if you think about it, I didn't really have any other options, now did I? I was like, any other options? Let's see. How about if when you hit the ground after the 25-foot drop, you could have realized that you made a poor life choice, taking your life down a different path. I swear to God, he thinks about it for a second. I'm thinking he's actually considering quitting LARP. And he goes, so you're saying I should have joined the vampires? No thanks, man. And he just walks away. Comes up to me later in the day. This was the best moment ever of my life, probably. He comes up and goes, hey, Ryan, I bet I can take you in a sword fight. Like, yeah, man, I've never even held a sword before. Like, unless I have a gun, you're winning. No hesitation at all. He goes, actually, even if you had a gun, I would still win because I'm a master swordsman, so I just deflect all your bullets with my sword. And I go, oh my God, Drew, did you just say that? And he goes, yeah. And I was like, Drew, we gotta make this shit happen. So that's all there is to it. It is battle time. So we set up a meeting for that weekend at a park to do battle. I didn't want anyone to get hurt though, so I said, I'm gonna bring a paintball gun. But I was like, fuck it, Drew, bring a sword, try to cut me up. I'll even sign a waiver that says if Drew kills me today, it's cool, we had a bet. So we're at the park, we're like 25 yards apart. I'm here, Drew's over there, my friend Glenn is over here reffing, or whatever you call someone who administers a warlock battle. And I'm cocky as hell. All all I have to do is move my finger an eighth of an inch, and I win. Whereas Drew not only has to run 25 yards, but also get over the mental hurdle of stabbing someone. So I have a considerable advantage. Little did I know he had a secret weapon that I didn't know he could have. So here's how it goes. Glenn goes, ready, set, go. As soon as he says go, I shoot him in the chest like 5 times before he can even move. Then I start to walk away because I'm thinking I won. I look up. He is coming at me full speed with a sword like this. I'm like, what are you doing, Drew? He goes, they bounced off my force field. And then I go into survival mode. I just start shooting him in the face over and over. Until eventually he falls from all the paint in his eyes. And then once he was down, I ran up and just started kicking the shit out of him until he was unconscious. So long story short, now I'm a level 9 sorcerer. Alright, thanks a lot, guys. I really appreciate you coming on the show. Thank you.